Hello, everyone. Welcome to a Soulprism podcast, where we share bite-sized nuggets of wisdom for your body, mind, and soul to serve you, the emerging soulpreneur. My name is Tammy Mack. I'm really excited to be here today. Happy New Year for all of those that celebrate the Gregorian calendar of January the 1st being the new year. Hey, did you know, by the way, that the Gregorian calendar was developed in the 15 something? I can't remember what it was, 1540, 1580. Yeah, pretty cool, hey? Like, I always thought it was around forever, but no, it was actually developed in the 1500s to correspond with the seasons and actually Easter and the Easter equinox. And so before then, they used the Julian calendar developed by Julius Caesar, and it celebrated the lunar calendar. So just something that I thought I'd share with you, kind of interesting. But honestly, we have so many different times that we can celebrate the New Year's. For instance, January the 1st, this is what we're used to celebrating as our New Year. But the human design New Year doesn't actually start until January 21st, 22nd, around that time. So there's another time. If you're hungover on January 1st, not ready to start, no big deal. The human design New Year starts in the end of January, beginning of February. Then the Lunar New Year, celebrated by the Chinese New Year, is the year of the dragon, and that doesn't happen until the very end of January, the beginning of February. Now, if you still are not ready to start your new year, no worries, because the astrological new year doesn't start until April, when the sun moves into Aries. Now, this is all connected to tropical astrology, right? Tropical astrology and the solar astrology. So it's kind of like, honestly, it's man-made, right? It's man-made. It's very neat and tidy. It's not really where the stars are. And so we may be opening up to a little bit more Vedic and cosmic human design in the new year. But for those of us that are, connected to the collective consciousness, which the world is really ingrained in the collective consciousness, being influenced by the astrology, we use Western astrology to share our reports, and this is where our human design comes from, and our natal chart in our astrology, and so on. But I'm ready to step out of this current matrix that we're in. And that does not mean that I'm going to be, working within the Vedic and the cosmic, because as my guides tell me, that's just another matrix. Okay, so use the transits that I'm going to share with you. I'm going to be going month by month by month, and this is really geared for soulpreneurs and how to use the planetary alignments and the transits in your soul-based business. I was going for a walk today, and as I was going for a walk, my guides were kind of talking to me, and they're like, it doesn't matter what the planets are doing, right? It doesn't matter if Mercury's going retrograde. Stay in alignment with your truth. Stay in alignment with your energy. Stay in alignment with your strategy in human design, because that is not going to fail you. The reason why that I'm sharing this beautiful report and going month by month by month, so that you can have a heads up, right? Astrology is a divination tool. And so I just want to give you a heads up. Hey, this is what's going on in the planet, or, in our planet. This is what's going on in our collective consciousness. This is what our clients, our family, our friends, and ourselves may be experiencing. And here's the head up so that you can work with it. Okay. So you are not a victim of the transits. You're not a victim of your chart. And if you are, oh my goodness, let's have a conversation, because I am going to work, we're going to work that out of you together. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to give you a heads up for 2024. Okay, here is the heads up for 2024, which I am coining hurry up and wait. The reason why I'm coining it hurry up and wait is because there's this collective feeling that something's going to happen, right? Something is going to happen. And we're like anticipating the next shoe to drop. But in the meantime, life goes on, right? We're still raising families, we're still working, we're still creating in our soul-based business, we're still serving, right? And so there may be this feeling of hurry up and wait, and really connecting to your alignment and your relationship with divine timing. So, as I said, this is going to be a roller coaster ride through 2024, a year that's basically the universe is saying of buckle up, we're almost there, but not quite yet. Think of it as a celestial pre-party before the 2025 crashes in with all the outer planets playing musical chairs. Because in 2025, many of the major planets are going to be moving into new signs. The year of the metal dragon in numerology, and in the metal dragon in Chinese lunar calendar, and in numerology it is an 8-year, all eyes on mastery and abundance. So let's dive in, laugh a little, and maybe even learn something as we decode the celestial messages month by month, making sure you're not just ready, but excited for the cosmic dance of 2024. Now, I want to give a shout out to a few of my mentors, my teachers, and some of the accounts that I follow. I find that this is really, really, really important for us to really consider as we move in to the age of abundance, the age of information, and the age of air. It's really, really important because we're going to see a lot of disinformation. We're going to see a lot of cloning, account stealing, a lot of stealing ideas and information and resources. And so I want to stay in alignment and in integrity and really share who it is that influences me, who it is that I get my information from. And I want to honor the wise women and men that are, being so influential in our lives. So the first person, of course, I want to give a shout out to is Dr. Karen Parker. She is, I've been following her, I've been working with her since 2019. I am now a quantum human design level 4. She trained me both in traditional and quantum human design. And I'm also a quantum alignment practitioner through her beautiful, beautiful healing system of quantum human design. The second person I really want to shout out is Molly McCord. I've been studying soul growth astrology with Molly McCord since 2020, learning about, soul growth astrology, how to read your solar return, how to read progressive charts, really, really learning a lot through her lens, her perception of astrology. She's kind of my love and light astrologer. When I want to hear something good, want to hear something really expansive, I listen to her. But I also really want to honor the other side of astrology as well. And so I want to give a shout out to Cam White. This man is very young. He's 26 years old, but absolutely brilliant. I absolutely love the way that he shares his message in a really realistic, down-to-earth way, right? Like, so he's not my doom and gloom astrology, but he gives it to you straight, right? He gives it to you straight. And the last person I want to share today is Dan Waltz. He is my newest astrology crush. from World Astrology Reports. I absolutely love this man so very much in the way that he does his research when he shares his astrology reports. He shares long-term cycles of how the astrology works through the astrology cycles and through society at large. And I really absolutely have learned so much from watching his videos. And I just want to give a shout out to him as well, because he's amazing. All right. So I'm just, those are the four main influences through my human design and my astrology. Okay. All right. January. It is go time. Now, I know a lot of people say, nah, don't start anything January 1st, don't start your New Year's resolution. Everybody's tired of the New Year's resolution and stuff like that. I get it. I totally get it. But this year, all the planets are direct. Mercury goes direct January 1st, January 2nd, depending where you live on the planet. And it's going direct in Sagittarius in the gate of 26. And so this is an energy where you want to be in alignment with your integrity, your word, right? And so, really cultivating a sense of integrity so that you can create this trust with not only yourself, but with others. Pluto is going to conjunct the sun on January the 21st in the gate 60 in Capricorn. And what a beautiful way to start the human design new year with this Pluto conjunction with the sun and the human design new year. So it's a go. All planets are direct, and this is a perfect time to align with your dreams and dream into what you want to create in the new year. Now, we are still in the quarter of recalibration in human design. Okay, so this means we're still in that dreaming, we're still in that gratitude space, we're still dreaming into being. And so you may want to, not like get up and go, get up and run, but really start cultivating what is it that I want to experience in the new year? What is it that I want to feel? What is it that I want to create? And start really dreaming this in and doing a lot of journaling. You also want to be using a lot of gratitude, opening your heart so that you can allow in those synchronicities and those coincidences that's going to fuel your next step, through response. So alignment matters. With Mercury going direct, we're going to be focusing on strengthening our alignment with our dreams and reaching for the stars, because Sagittarius is literally all about reaching for the stars. Now, with the sun and the Pluto connecting, we're once again opening our hearts with gratitude, as I was saying, for the systems and the foundations that held us in place. But we have outgrown and we're ready to expand. And so in order to leave something that is no longer serving you, you don't want to leave bitter and resentful and angry, right? Because you're just going to continue that pattern. Really be thankful for how that system, how that foundation, how that container held you, supported you. But now that you've outgrown it, get ready to leave with a grateful heart. February, we're going to be strengthening power and relationships. Mars is conjunct Pluto on February the 8th, once again in the gate 60 of limitation. And then Venus conjuncts Pluto on February the 17th, also in the gate of 60 limitations. And then Mars and Venus dance together on February the 22nd in the gate 19 of attunement. And then, if that wasn't enough, Mercury and Saturn cazimi on February 27th. So what does this mean? February is always a great time, right, to focus on relationships, whether it's romantic or partnerships or collaborations in your soul-based business, right? I mean, we all know about Valentine's Day, February the 14th. This is the month of love. This is the month of relationships. But with all the astrology, with the Mars and the Venus both conjunct at different times and then coming together all in the gate 60, we're really going to be, looking at our relationships and if they're still serving us and whether or not, we've outgrown them. So Mars and Venus in the gate 19 in Aquarius emphasizes the importance of intuitive connections in professional relationships, steering away from unhealthy dependencies. So really looking at the relationships that you're in your business and your life and in your family and your friends, and is this healthy for me? Is there any codependency going on? And is it time to, do some energetic cleanup with our relationships? The Mercury and Saturn in Pisces in the gate 37 highlights the importance of clear communication. And once again, here we are revisiting business agreements for mutual benefits, right? So this is a lot of relationship energy. This is a lot of handshakes. This is a lot of, bargaining. What is best for you? What is best for me? Staying in your energetic alignment, not people pleasing, really looking at, do I have the energy for this? Is this a mutual benefit agreement or collaboration or partnership or romantic relationship that I'm entering into? And is there any old ones that are no longer alignment anymore? And I'm ready to let go and open up space for more. March, we are embracing change and reflection. So we have a Mars square Uranus on March the 8th in Aquarius in the gate 49 of revolution, right? So still cutting ties, right? Still using that. I always feel Kali energy in the gate 49, right? Like the sacred rage of no more. This does not suit me. This does not fit anymore. I'm ready to create a revolution. And sometimes this shows up through, bursting our bubble, right? Bursting that bubble that you've held for so long, those beliefs, that relationship, and saying no more. Spring starts March 21st. Aries season marks a new year in astrology. And in Chinese medicine, this is the wood element. And so when we're honoring, when we're working with the 5 elements of the Chinese medicine, which I'm working with this year, this is a time to start eating a little bit more greens, a little bit more fresh vegetables. And this is really going to support your liver and gallbladder. Now, your liver and gallbladder hold anger, right? It's also a really, really important organ that holds a lot of love, but it also holds a lot of anger and rage and bitterness. And this is why women get so many, gallbladder issues, because we repress, right? We repress our anger, we repress our emotions, and it gets stored in our liver. And so to support our liver and gallbladder, really cleaning up your diet a little bit, starting to eat a little bit more fresh, wearing a little bit more green, eating a little bit more green. And this is really going to support you in creating something new. The lunar eclipse in Libra on March 25th in the gate 18 of realignment. So the Mars-Uranus square encourages breaking free from limiting structures. So we're really seeing this play out in the beginning of the year, right? We're breaking free from limiting beliefs, limiting structures, foundations that no longer serve us. We're embracing innovation, but approaching changes thoughtfully, right? With innovation, we don't just throw the baby out of the bathwater, right? It's like, what worked, what didn't, what can we make better, with this current system, or leaving it all together, but bringing the good parts of that system. So there may be a lot of energy felt with the fiery Aries energy, springtime, and the effort of push. So once again, when we think about that creatrix energy, right, it takes an enormous amount of energy to push something forward, right, to push something forward, to create that initial spark, right? And that's why it's so important in the winter to have that rest, have that renewal, have that recalibration, so that you have the energy to push. The lunar eclipse in Libra is a time for introspection and realignment. Assess the outcomes of past action and make necessary adjustments for continued growth. Once again, we're seeing a theme. And as I said before, this is a great time to let go of anger and support our liver and gallbladder. So if you're interested in learning more about, incorporating 5-element healing with human design, this is something that I'm, becoming quite passionate about, and something that I'm going to be learning how to incorporate together for healing and transformation. Okay, April is a big, big, big month, okay? April is a big month. And yet, Mercury retrogrades on April the 1st in the gate 3 of innovation, and it's a Aries to Pisces transition. Happy April Fools. We also have the solar eclipse on the April 8th with the sun in gate 51 of initiation. Jupiter-Uranus conjunction on April 23rd in the gate 23 of transmission in Taurus, and Mars enters Aries in April 30th to just bring that little bit of fire. So once again, this is that hurry up and wait that I was talking about, right? Because we got all this energy, this push energy, this Aries fire, and then Mercury's like, hold up, hold up. So this is a great time to do some, as Karen Curry Parker says, or Dr. Karen Parker says, cosmic spring cleaning, right? Really doing some spring cleaning. When Mercury is in retrograde, this is a great time to really do some cleaning. This is where I clean my email list. This is where I clean up my social media, who I don't want to follow anymore, cutting some followers, that kind of thing. So really cleaning up. It's not a great time to push forward. But once again, follow your strategy, do what's right for you. This is just a heads up. You get to do you, boo. So the shift from Aries to Pisces and Mercury retrograde calls for flexibility in our business strategies. We're also embracing new beginnings. So spring clean, make space for new beginnings, because the solar eclipse invites soulpreneurs to step into a new role or business venture with courage. And this is why we plan this ahead. This is why you watch it in January. So you have a little bit of a heads up. This is what, potentially could happen. And I can plan for this so that I can stay rooted in myself and I'm not reacting. I can create an action instead. So we're balancing intuition and action. The nodes of fate suggest harmonious balance between intuitive decision-making and taking bold steps. So once again, reaction versus creating an action. We're also going to be seeing some financial shifts, because the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in Taurus hints at some significant changes in financial sectors that could affect business operations. Plus, with the Mercury retrograde, there always is some glitches, some tech glitches, some financial glitches. So with the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction in Taurus, Taurus does not like change, right? Jupiter in Taurus, for me, put on a lot of weight. I ate really, really good with Uranus, with Jupiter in Taurus. I ate a lot. I enjoyed really, really good food, right? So Jupiter gives us blessings. It gives us excess sometimes, right? That's how it showed up for me. But it shows up for everybody a little bit different. But with this conjunction, we're going to see some changes because, as I said, Taurus hates changes. That's why Taurus and Scorpio work so well together. Scorpio gives it that sting. But because Jupiter is moving out of Taurus and it's at the very end of Taurus, this is where we're going to see, okay, Taurus is finally going to make a shift, right? As Jupiter enters Gemini. So we're going to be capitalizing on Mars in Aries. Now, the Mercury retrograde, I believe, is only from the 1st until April 25th, right? So at the very end of April, you can start moving forward. Take that time to recalibrate, do some spring cleaning, plan so that you can move forward. So use this energy at the end to surge to advance business goals with renewed vigor. All right, May, expansion, communication, and anticipating change. So Jupiter, as I was saying before, enters Gemini for the next 12 months. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. And then Pluto retrograde starts on May 7th of 2024. Retrograde begins in Aquarius, the gate 41 of imagination. So we're going to be leveraging Jupiter's influence using this period for growth in communication, marketing, and intellectual endeavors. Now, Jupiter moving into Gemini. Gemini is all about communication. It's all about communicating from the mind, and actually it's the two minds, right? The left and the right, the angel and the devil, right? This is where we can get a little bit confused sometimes. We can go back and forth. There could be a lot of this, right? So once again, have this in your awareness. If this comes up for you, understand why it's not you. But with Jupiter moving into Gemini, we're going to see some shifts happen in the financial sector as well. So I'm really kind of interested to see, we're seeing a lot of crypto, right? Like I'm a crypto fan. I watch a lot about crypto and our fiat currency. And once again, this battle of the two currencies, right? So just a heads up that we're going to be seeing more and more of that. Innovation and adaptability. Prepare for future changes by staying adaptable and open to new technologies and financial trends. And I kind of gave a heads up on that one. Strategic planning. So we're going to begin laying the groundwork for potential shifts in the financial landscapes and ensuring your business is resilient and adaptable. So for me, for instance, I'm kind of excited to see, when I start moving stuff onto Web3, being able to use cryptocurrencies a little bit more. Can you imagine, say, in 5 years, you're no longer paying me on PayPal or Stripe with fiat currency, but you're actually paying me with some sort of cryptocurrency, right? This is the vision that I'm seeing, whether you like it or not. You do you, boo, once again, but we're going to be seeing the fight. We're going to be seeing the fight next year. Okay, I'm going to take a moment here and give myself a shameless plug. If you're committed to your growth through an entire cosmic cycle with a guide that is designed to not only see you deeply, but support and guide you, then let's connect. I currently have a few 60-minute sessions if you're wanting more clarity on your human design, on your astrology, on how to use your gene keys in a practical and grounded way, or if you want to create an aligned soul business in 2024. Then you can book in for a soul session or a one-day immersion, a deep dive immersion where we hunker down and we get to work. So if you're interested, I do have a few spots available in January, February, and I'm booking into March next year. So I will save a link below and let's connect. Okay, June, honestly, this summer kind of slows down energetically wise, which is perfect because I want to go outside and enjoy the summer holidays, and I'm sure you do too. So Saturn goes retrograde in Pisces, and the summer solstice happens on June 22nd. So remember in the winter when we were dreaming and we were fully in that yin state? Well, it's yang time now. But with alignment and nurturing our goals, we're moving forward with a plan of action instead of reaction. So when I say this, I mean, hey, if you want to take the summer off, get a little bit busier in the beginning of the months, right? So that you have the time, you have the space to give yourself that time. So focusing on our hearts and our pericardium, opening up our hearts with self-trust because it is fire season. in Chinese medicine, right? So we're really focusing on opening up our hearts, opening up our arms. This is where the meridian lines are, and really opening up our hearts so that we're receiving, right? We're really using that energy to go to do whatever it is that we want to do, whether it is like partying. For me, I'm running a marathon in May, June. And so really all the work that I'm doing now in the winter is going to make it easier for me to run that marathon in May. July, as I said, we're transitioning from passion to intuition, and there's really not a lot to report for July. So enjoy this time with your family and friends. Continue to follow this flexible framework that you are creating, and you may feel like you're on autopilot. I totally agree with that. You do you, boo. August, we are navigating shifts on a rocky mountain. And we are actually doing this on a rocky mountain. So Mercury retrograde on August the 5th from Virgo back to Leo. Then we have the 888 portal on August 8th. And then on August 15th, August 15th and 19th, I'm so excited. We are hosting the Once in a Blue Moon Rocky Retreat in Banff, Alberta. So adaptability, the shift from Virgo to Leo in Mercury retrograde necessitates a flexible approach in business, balancing sustainability and practicality with creativity. Now, when I look at the August 5th, it's August 5th to August 28th. We go through gate 59, gate 20, so 59 of sexuality, of sustainability, into gate 29 of commitment, devotion, bhakti, and then into gate 4, right? Into gate 4 possibilities. And so this is a great time to take a vacay, commit or not, and stay open for possibilities. We're also moving into the 888 Lions portal. So we're leveraging the day's energetic potential for setting powerful intentions, manifesting goals, but remember the Mercury mind. 888 is from the heart. Mercury can go retrograde all at once. We are creating, we are manifesting, we are opening up our heart to receive. So find the balance between your mind and your heart. There's a saying that I really, really love. And it's like something about like the longest distance is from your mind to your heart. And sometimes that can feel so true. And that's why it's so important for you to get out of your head and into your body when you're making decisions. So we're balancing the material and the spiritual goals. Emphasize aligning your business objectives with both material ambitions and spiritual values. Now, I want to go back a little bit and talk about the August 15th and 19th, the Once in a Blue Moon Rocky Retreat in Banff. I'm really, really excited about this. I've hosted a few retreats now in Banff. We're going to the Hidden Ridge. It's right on Tunnel Mountain. So we are literally on a mountain in the town of Banff. It is an absolutely amazing, amazing opportunity to have a transformational experience with a group of women. I'm really excited about this because we're going to be doing some hiking. So if this is not something that you're comfortable with, you know, there's so many different options for you to choose from. But we are going to be hiking probably Tunnel Mountain, which is a smaller mountain. Depending on who it is that wants to join, we may do Sulphur Mountain as well. We're going to go to Lake Moran and we're going to do some ice cold plunges in the glacial waters. It is going to be absolutely amazing. We're going to be doing some breath work. We're going to be doing meditations. This is going to be an amazing experience, and I'm really excited to be sharing this. And so if this is something that you're interested in, let me know. I do have a payment plan available. I really want to make this affordable, but a little bit of a stretch as well, because this is going to be an amazing once in a blue moon opportunity to hang out. All right, September. embracing transformation and realignment. So Pluto's going to go retrograde. So Pluto went retrograde May 2nd to October 11th. It moves back so it moves into Capricorn one more time. Once again, cleaning up anything left in the gate 16 of limitations in September. So one more time, open up your heart with gratitude. Give thanks for anything that no longer serves you. Get ready, because Pluto's moving into Aquarius for the next 20 some years. We're also going to see lunar eclipse September 17th, or in September, in the gate 17 and 8, is the gate 17 and 18. Let me say it again. There's going to be a lunar eclipse 17th and 18th in the gate 17. And then in September, we are going to be celebrating the fall solstice. Also, you know, in late August and early September, in Chinese 5-element healing, we're really focusing on the spleen center, right? Really cleaning up the spleen center. And so doing so, eating warm foods, nourishing our spleen and stomach. So it's fall, y'all. Back to school, or life for those with us with children in school, and getting back into the swing of things. I personally, September is my favorite month. It just always feels like this, it's like almost like my new year. Like, it just feels like my energy starts picking up in September. I just have so much more energy. I have a Virgo moon, so I really like, you know, the structure of going back to school and buying the new school supplies and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to be balancing vision and reality. So the shift from Aquarius to Capricorn in Pluto's path calls for balance between innovative ideas and practical implementation. This eclipse is going to be so powerful. It's going to be in the gate 17 of anticipation and the gate 18 of realignment. This is a huge, you know, if you think back to what happened last September, we were kind of in the same energy. And so, you know, last September kind of gives us a preview of March, which gives us a preview of, you know, what's happening in September. And as I said, in Chinese medicine, this is the spleen and stomach. In human design, we're moving through the self-actualization gates of the spleen. So what a beautiful connection. We're cultivating courage to push through any fears we may have. So a lot of earth, a lot of grounding, connecting to nature. October is intuition, reflection, and transformation. So we have the solar eclipse in Libra, October 2nd, in the gate 48 of, you know, of depth, of inadequacy. Sometimes it's the deep dive of your wisdom of the well. And we have Jupiter retrograde in Gemini in gate 45 of the rulership on October the 9th. So intuitive guidance and balance, using the solar eclipse energy to enhance intuitive decisions, making and harmonizing business relationships. So when we're thinking about the spleen center and connecting to courage, it's the courage of self-actualization. It's the courage to take aligned action. It's the courage to feel the fear, calibrate it to excitement, and do it anyway. Sometimes this means getting out of your safety zone, right? Getting out of your safety zone and giving yourself a little push, right? So anticipation and correction, balance future planning with lessons from the past, addressing areas that are needing improvement. I probably will do some sort of a program next year. It's called, I've done it in the past, it's called Courage is Your Crown. And we really go through all of the gates in the spleen, and we do some activations, and we really connect to our sense of courage and empowerment so that it radiates through us, and we wear our courage as a crown. Like, it literally radiates out of our auric space, right? This is where you see halos when people are truly empowered, when they're moving through their ascension, right? this halo of self-trust and courage and confidence and self-worth. And so I think I'm going to bring that back around this time next year. So get ready for that. Reflection and adaptation. Jupiter's retrograde calls for a reevaluation of goals, but staying flexible amidst the challenges. So once again, with Jupiter, it's going to be in Gemini. There, Gemini is such a busy mind. And so really coming to slow down and be like, okay, what have I been thinking for the last little bit? What has worked for me? What hasn't? And staying flexible with that. Because November, y'all, November. Power dynamics and visionary leadership. November. It's going to be a big month because we have the USA election. No matter where you are in the world, you may be hearing this. November 5th, Mercury is in its shadow during this time. Pluto moves back into Aquarius. Yay! On November the 19th. And as I said, Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius in the gate of ideas on November 25th. So this Mercury retrograde is going to be really interesting because we're really going to be connecting to our self-worth. What rhythms, because it's in the gate 26, the gate 5, and the gate 9. So once again, the 26 is staying in integrity. So we're seeing once again this theme of integrity. I may share a course. I do have a course called Are You Primed with Integrity? And it talks about the 5 levels of integrity: physical, resource, identity, moral, and energy. And then I add the D for decision making. And so when you're in alignment with those 4 factors, you're really aligned with integrity. And it is so much easier to make moves when you're in integrity, because it's really exhausting wearing a mask. It's really exhausting promising things that you don't have any business at all promising, right? So really being mindful of that. It's also moving into the gate 5, which is the gate of natural rhythms, connecting to the planet circadian rhythms, really connected to your own routines. And so we're going to be, coming into rechecking that again. And then the last, it goes into gate 9, the gate of focus, right? And so making sure that you have the energy, that you're able to focus on what it is that you want to move into next. So long-term transformation. Pluto moves into Aquarius, signaling the shift towards innovation and community-focused efforts that can influence your business strategy for years to come. So, like I said, I, really see this moving into more of a digital world, and for some people, out of the digital world, right? So for some people, they're going to be creating communities offline. They're going to be really wanting to connect offline. And for some of us, we're going to be connecting even more online, moving into platforms, say on Web3, perhaps using more virtual reality. Oh my gosh. Like I just have visions of me hosting retreats on, through virtual reality, which sounds mind-boggling, I know, but I've been having these visions since I think 2019. I've had this vision, so we'll see if that actually happens. But could you imagine wearing like a virtual reality headset and you're lying on a beach and you're having somebody, talking to you and counseling you, and you're in this relaxing atmosphere? To me, that sounds amazing. Like, sign me up. I'm all for that. But like I said, it's not for everybody. I'm an Aquarius. It's who I am. I absolutely love tech. Okay, reflective planning. Mercury in Sagittarius retrograde is an ideal time for soulpreneurs to ponder over their business ideologies and plan for future expansions, but cautiously, okay? Cautiously. Because we're going to see such a shakeup in the next couple of years that you might, like I said, hurry up and wait, right? Like it's two steps forward, 1 step back, over and over again. But that's how evolution is. It's not a linear process. It's a spiral. It's a dance. December, we made it to December. Reflection, reevaluation, and strategic communications. We're moving back into the state of recalibration. December 4th, or sorry, this is the state of recalibration. We're coming back into dreaming. Mars retrogrades on December 6th from Leo to Cancer in the gate 31 of democratic leadership. Once again, a little bit interesting for the US election. And then we're moving into winter solstice. And this is a time that we focus on the kidneys and bladder, and it's a time for rest. I'm taking my 5-element restorative yoga training through the Alliance Yoga. And it's really, really interesting that the kidneys and bladder actually cultivates courage. And so the work that we do in this time, in the winter time, is actually building up your inner reserve so that you can use it, in the fall, right? It's really, really interesting when you start doing this dance and you start realizing how it works within your body, how it works within your energetic body, but also how it connects to the astrology. So when I was writing this up, this came literally came into my mind's eye. I just had to share it. Go the fuck to sleep, right? This is the time for dreaming. This is the time to, come into a state of gratitude, be thankful for the harvest, be thankful for everything that has happened. And it's time for rest and restoration. So use Mars retrograde as an opportunity to step back and really feel what worked, what didn't, and releasing anything that is no longer in alignment. We're going to see balanced leadership transition from a bold, assertive style to a more balanced and centered one on care and intuition, especially as Mars moves from fire, confident, courageous Leo back into, the mother Cancer, wanting to be safe and secure and whatnot. So I'm really excited to see how that actually plays out, whether we see that play out in politics, whether we see that play out in leadership, whether we see this play out in war. I'm excited to see how this plays out. And then once again, prepare for future action. This is time to rest, regenerate, and renew, dreaming 2025 into being. So I have a Hustle with Heart planner. And this planner, oh my gosh, I've written on front and back. This planner is going to take some time. Okay. So even if you get it in January, it is going to take you some time to really dig into it, because there is a lot of really good questions and content. And I also have, because I'm an AI freak, I have some ChatGPT prompts that can help you with some of your SMART goals. We can help you with diving in deeper with some of your questions. So I'm really excited to share that. I'm going to leave the link below as well. So stay tuned for some opportunities to dive in deeper into the sections together. I may do some more classes, picking up some of the sections and doing some pop-up classes so that we can do it together. So are you ready to connect to a more empowered sense of self and confidently create more clarity and sustainable health, wealth, and fulfillment in your life? Then let's connect in 2024. I'm really, really excited. My word for 2024, and I'm going to stop share now. My word for 2024 is convergence. And to be quite honest, I got this word back in September, October, and I had no idea what the word even meant. I had to look it up. And what it is, it's coming together. It's two forces meeting. So we converge together. And I'm making some big pivots in my business. I am converging all of my courses, my content, my masterclasses, my planners, my resources, all together into a membership platform. So this is a win-win for both of us, because oh my gosh, like you can literally binge out like Netflix for hours, and really, learn about astrology and human design and gene keys, and learning about different aspects of the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful system that I love to work in. There's also going to be a lot of stuff we're gearing towards soulpreneurs. There's some planners. There's some different ways and opportunities that we're going to be working together in the Soulprism community. I'm also going to be having the Creatrix collab, and this is a year-long commitment that we go through an entire year of evolution and growth in our businesses together. I'm really excited about this because we are going to be going through all the gates, all the astrology. You're really going to be connecting it to you, how it is that you move through it versus how other people have told you, right? Because there's so many different gurus now, and there's so much information out there, especially with like AI coming in. There's going to be so much information, so much noise. And so the Creatrix collab is designed for you to get quiet, come into your soul, come into your truth, and instead of sharing regurgitated information, connecting to your own way of sharing this information and using it in your soul-based business. So the Creatrix collab, stay tuned for that. Super, super excited about that. And then the once in a blue moon Rocky retreat in Banff, Alberta, Canada. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be so amazing. And I can't wait to start sharing more about that in 2024. Okay, that's it. This was a long show today. So you may have to watch it in chunks. You may have to come back. Totally cool. But I wish you a happy, sustainable, prosperous 2024. And I can't wait to work together. So did you download your human design chart and wonder, what does this all mean? I get it. It can be super confusing when you first download your human design chart. That's why we created a short mini course called How to Read Your Human Design Chart. This is going to walk you through the basics of your human design chart, which is going to get you excited to learn even more about yourself through this beautiful system. So click the link below if you're interested in learning how to read a human design chart.